A New Jersey company that manages several apartment complexes in Kentucky, including here in Louisville, has been issued a statewide restraining order. This comes after a woman says that she was retaliated against for trying to form a tenants union at the Regency Park Apartments in Fairdale. Wave News reporter Fernando Garcia-Francescini joins us live from outside the Jefferson County Hall of Justice in Fernando. People that you spoke to say this company has had a pattern of harassing tenants in Kentucky.
Yeah, Myra, Marcy Stotko says she's been having issues for years with OSPM LLC. That's the New Jersey company that manages the apartment complex in Fairdale where she and her special needs daughter live at. And she says things got even worse once management found out. She had been talking to some of her neighbors about organizing a tenant union. And she says things got so out of control, she had no choice but to take them to court.
When they show up at your door before the office is even open and they've already been asked not to come into my home until it's 10 o'clock or my daughter's at school, and they show up there at 8 o'clock, having to come in there right then.
Marcy Stotko says her daughter has a sensory disorder, which is why she has repeatedly asked management to only show up when her child is not around.
And I've asked them, I can care less what you do to me, but it's gotten to my kid too.
That's just one of what Stotko says are several harassing behaviors she received from OSPM LLC, a New Jersey company that manages Regency Park Apartments in Fairdale. She says she's also gotten multiple eviction threats, an issue that got worse once she started talking to other neighbors about organizing a union.
The harassment is why I decided I needed to do something.
We went in front of Judge Kalin in Jefferson Circuit Court on Tuesday to ask that she enter a restraining order against OSPM with a simple command: stop the retaliation.
Attorney Andrew Chandler says the restraining order allows tenants to organize without having to fear a decrease in services or getting an eviction notice.
We have always had a shield, but today, these tenants have a hammer. If OSPM retaliates, if they send one eviction notice, if they barge in on one tenant's door to harass them out of joining a union, they will be subject to the court's contempt power, and we will file that motion without hesitation.
Under Kentucky law, whenever someone joins a tenant union, any action by the managing company within a year of that, like sending eviction notes or slamming at the door, is presumed retaliatory. And now the Louisville Tenants Union hopes this issue sets an example for other tenants in Kentucky to know they too can exercise their rights without fear of losing their homes.
This will prove that they're safe now. They're fine.
And Myra, I do want to note we did show up at the leasing office at Regency Park Apartments in Fairdale hoping to get a comment for this story. There was no one at the office when we were there. We then called 2 times. Someone did pick up the phone both of those times, but when I introduced myself, they hung up both times. Reporting live in downtown Louisville, Fernando Garcia-Francescini, Wave News.